Have you ever had that feeling? You know the one. You're doing absolutely everything right, you're delivering incredible results, you're the go-to expert, but you're still watching other people get the promotions you know you've earned. Well, if that hits a little too close to home, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to break down 5 very specific shifts that will take you from being overlooked to being the undeniable choice for that next executive role. Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away with this quote from executive coach Bill Tingle. Talent alone is no longer enough. This right here, this is the reason so many brilliant, high-performing people get stuck. Your skills, your expertise, that all got you to where you are now. But it's not what's going to get you there, into that executive seat. And that, of course, leads to the million-dollar question, the one that is so frustrating. Why? Why do the most capable people, the ones who really know their stuff, get passed over? You know your work is top-notch, but for some reason, your name just isn't coming up in those important conversations. So let's pull back the curtain on the hidden rules of the game so you can finally start winning it.
What you're experiencing is something we can call the promotion paradox. It's this simple, kind of frustrating idea that the very skills that made you a star performer in your current job are often not the skills leadership is looking for in the next one. It's like you've been mastering checkers and they're over there playing chess.
Here is the mind flip that changes everything. A promotion isn't a reward for all the great work you did in the past. It's a bet the company is placing on its future. Executives are making an investment, and they invest in people they perceive as strategic partners, people they trust. Just being great at your job, well, that's not enough to get them to place their bet on you. Let's break this down because it really boils down to 2 different mindsets. On one side, you've got operational excellence. That's being amazing at your current job. That's the domain of the expert, the manager. But on the other side, you have strategic impact. This is about shaping the future of the entire business. That is the domain of the executive. Your goal is to prove you can leap from that first column over to the second. So, how in the world do you make that leap? Well, I can tell you it's not about working later or harder. It requires a really deliberate change in how you show up and how you operate. The solution is a framework built around 5 key shifts in your approach. That's it. Just 5. 5 very concrete changes that will completely alter how executives see you and position you for that promotion you've been aiming for. And here they are. You've got the identity shift, strategic communication, network influence, emotional agility, and finally, enterprise impact. This is our roadmap. Let's dig into those first 2.
So the first 2 shifts, identity and communication, they're totally intertwined. They're about who you are, or rather, who you're becoming, and how you broadcast that new identity to the people who hold the keys to your promotion.
Now here's a distinction that most people just completely miss. There's your role, and then there's your identity. Your role is what you do. You might be the cloud guy or the project lead. It's tactical. But your identity, that's who you are. It's being seen as a strategic business leader. Your role is about your past. Your identity is what signals your future. And let me tell you, executives promote your identity. So, how do you project that new identity? You can't just go change your job title on LinkedIn and call it a day. You have to literally change the way you talk. Mastering strategic communication is how you stop sounding like an expert in your silo and start sounding like the executive you're ready to be. And here's a fantastic practical tool for this: the story framework. From now on, instead of giving a technical update, you tell a strategic story. You start with the situation framed in business terms. You define the target or goal. You identify the obstacles standing in the way. You make a clear recommendation, and you end with a yes request, the specific decision you need. This is the language of business impact, and it's music to an executive's ears.
Okay, once you're projecting that right identity, the next part of the puzzle is navigating the organization with influence and, maybe most importantly, agility, especially when the pressure's on.
When we talk about influence, you've got to move from a transactional network to a strategic one. Look, a transactional network is just a list of people you hit up when you need something done. But a strategic network, that's built on real trust. These are your allies, your advocates, the people who are going to sing your praises when you're not even in the room. You absolutely cannot get promoted without them.
And that ties right into emotional agility. So ask yourself this, and be honest. How do you show up when things get tough? When a project is on fire or there's tension in a meeting, do you get flustered and defensive?
Or are you the calm in the storm? I promise you, senior leaders are always watching this. How you handle a crisis tells them everything they need to know about your executive readiness.
And that brings us to the final shift. This is the big one, the one that pulls all the others together. This is where you go from being a candidate for promotion to being the obvious, undeniable choice. The ultimate goal here is to become so valuable, so essential, that you're seen as an irreplaceable strategic asset. This means moving beyond just delivering projects on time. Your new mission is to deliver outcomes that are so critical, the organization literally feels like it can't afford to lose you. You stop just running your part of the business, you start actively shaping all of it.
A really powerful way to do this is to design what Bill Tingle calls a leadership offer. Don't just sit around and wait for a big strategic project to land on your desk. Go find one. Proactively identify a major enterprise-level problem, reframe it as a massive opportunity for the business, and then pitch a clear solution with obvious value. When you do that, you're not just asking for a promotion, you're already doing the job.
Now, I know this might sound like a lot, but these shifts aren't just some vague, abstract ideas. They are the actual core of a 90-day action plan. You can start making these small changes this week, and I guarantee you, the people making the decisions in your company will start to notice.
So I want to leave you with one final question to really chew on. What is the story you're telling yourself that's holding you back? Is it, I'm not really executive material, or I just need one more certification, then I'll be ready? The very first step to becoming that undeniable executive is to change that internal story. Because the moment you start seeing yourself as the leader you want to be, that's the moment everyone else will too.